Hey everyone, my name is Wedge. Conspiracy Take the Crown preview season is still underway. As a matter of fact, we have 2 more days left of individual previews. The entire set is revealed on Monday, so expect at least a couple more preview videos. Today we have more legendary creature goodness to show you, some limited bombs, and a lot more. If you enjoy Conspiracy up to this point and you're as excited as I am for the set, be sure to hit that like button. Helps out a lot. Weight advantage is a conspiracy. Start the game with this conspiracy face up in the command zone. Each creature you control assigns combat damage equal to its toughness rather than its power. Doran the conspiracy is here and I love it. It's really too bad you can't use any conspiracies in Commander in some fashion because this one would be sweet. Everyone has seen Assault Formation, everyone knows about Big Daddy Doran. This is a niche ability that will almost certainly be useful in limited play since conspiracies can only be played in Conspiracy Limited. You gotta think they would print enough cards to make weight advantage good, right? Excited to see Wall Tribal. Illusionary Informant is 2 mana for a 1/3 bird illusion with flying, drafted face up. During the draft, you may turn the Informant face down. If you do, look at the next card drafted by a player of your choice. Talk about screwing someone over. This is a great way to get information on the player passing to you or the player you're passing to. This is especially useful to at least inquire about if they're trying to cut you off of a color or something like that. The Informant's okay, 2 mana for a 1/3 isn't great, but if you draft this late into a pack, you can save it for one of your opponent's first picks in the next pack. That's neat tech. Spire Phantasm is 2 of anything and 2 blue for a 3/2 gargoyle illusion with flying. It's a cool creature type. Reveal it as you draft it. The next time a player drafts a card from this pack, guess that card's name. Then that player reveals the drafted card. When Spire Phantasm enters the battlefield, if you guessed correctly for a card named Spire Phantasm, draw a card. So that's wonderful. So you get a 4 mana 3/2 flyer, and then you get to see the next person's pick from the pack the Phantasm is from. If you guess correctly, it's a 4 mana 3/2 flyer that draws a card when it enters the battlefield. Now that's power. Even without that, you get some additional information at the absolute least. Love it, it's hilarious. Grenzo is back! Grenzo Havoc Razor is double red for a 2/2 legendary creature Goblin Rogue. Whenever a creature you control deals combat damage to a player, choose one. Goad target creature that player controls, or exile the top card of that player's library. Until end of turn, you may cast that card, and you may spend mana as though it were mana of any color to cast it. Now remember, Goad means that until your next turn, target creature attacks each combat if able, and attacks a player other than you if able. So goading is basically like Lure, but way funnier. Grenzo has taken a crazy turn from his original design. Going from black-red to mono-red is very interesting. He isn't a dungeon warden as much as he's a pillager, so chaos, yay. Let's talk strategy. Grenzo says whenever a creature you control deals combat damage to a player, so it triggers on each creature. Say hello to your new Goblin Commander that gets to mill everything. Pair this with Krenko in general. Are you serious? New Grenzo is fantastic in that strategy. Besides that, Alicia, you're welcome. Can't imagine the joy Alicia players feel right now. Grenzo is a top tier addition to that strategy. Look, listen, this card is the most card advantage that Mono Red has gotten in a while. Do not underestimate Grenzo. He is top tier commander material. Cheap to play, hugely flexible in games, and fits into most any red creature strategy. If you've played even a lick of Commander, you have to know that new Grenzo is devastatingly powerful, and he's mono-red. Talk about true versatility. Oh, so good. If I had to build a mono-red Commander deck, yeah, Grenzo's my commander, hands down. Also, and I feel like this is especially important, Grenzo, meet Break Through the Line. Break Through the Line, meet Grenzo. Match made in Nyx. Skyline Despot is 5 of anything and 2 red for a 5/5 dragon with flying. When it enters the battlefield, you become the monarch. At the beginning of your upkeep, if you're the monarch, put a 5/5 red dragon token onto the battlefield. Everything about Skyline Despot is just the best. It enters the battlefield, you become the monarch. You know why? Because a giant dragon just entered the battlefield, that's why. Talk about an arms race. The gameplay flavor is wonderful here. You get to draw a card on your end step, so that's additional value on top of a 5/5 flyer, and it basically forces your opponents to deal with you. If they don't, you just spew out 5/5 dragons. Great way to move a game to a more serious juncture. I adore this dragon, so funny. Dragon Lair Spider is 2 of anything, 2 red and 2 green for a 5/6 spider with reach. Whenever an opponent casts a spell, put a 1/1 green insect token onto the battlefield. Haven't seen a card this universally accepted as a limited/commander reprint in a while. Dragon Lair Spider is coming back after being printed in Planechase 2012 originally. The card isn't super expensive, but it is a couple dollars and is played in various commander strategies. Namely Prosh for token shenanigans, Gahiji because that trigger's hilarious, Throwmock for Devour, you get where I'm going. Dragon Lair Spider is a mainstay in Commander and in Limited. That card is bonkers and well worth the push into red-green. It's a cool reprint. Duskmantle Seer is back as well. Very nice. For those who don't know, 2 of anything, 1 blue and 1 black for a 4/4 vampire wizard with flying. At the beginning of your upkeep, each player reveals the top card of their library, loses life equal to that card's converted mana cost, then puts it into their hand. The really important thing about this reprint, the downshift in rarity. Hugely happy about this. Being a rare suits this card much more than being a mythic for sure, love it. The card hasn't been expensive since release date, but it's nice to have this insurance. Obviously valuable in a multiplayer draft environment, the Seer has specific uses. Namely Nekasar and Aloro, Phoenix sometimes, Seer's good. Even though we're sort of winding down on conspiracy coverage, I am not disappointed with today's cards. Let me know what you think about everything we saw today. Lots of reprints, another amazing new commander. Gotta know what you're thinking. Also, is conspiracy shaping up to be something you're gonna buy or draft? Is this a set you could see yourself playing? I really want to know where all of you stand on this. As always, subscribe for the latest and most reliable conspiracy spoiler information you could ever need. This is the Manosaurus, I'm Wedge. Thanks for watching, we'll see you next time. This video is brought to you in part by TCGplayer.com. Conspiracy is looking crazy. If Grenzo is a card you've fallen in love with like I have, Krenko Mob Boss is going to be something you want to get. Seriously, the 2 of them together is insanity. You can grab copies of the Goblin Warrior right now for under $4 each. I mean, that's amazing. Krenko is incredibly popular and you'll want to get in on this now. If you aren't into Grenzo, no big deal. Conspiracy is still a crazy, ridiculous set. Booster boxes are still available for $95 and change. Not kidding here, people. If you want boxes, this is a fair price. Click the links if you want anything. Enjoy some conspiracy goodness. Yay.
Wow.